Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to offer my best live streaming tips for people who want to get started in the live streaming community or people who have just tipped their toe into it. But for people that don't know, live streaming is a very good way to connect with your audience. It's very fantastic in the sense of you can really get to know your fans who love what you love what you do. Or sometimes it's just a great way to start off to really say, I don't want to make videos, but I love live streaming. It's all a great way to connect with people. It grabs a huge amount of attention. People love it. And I think there's a lot of people who sit there and they go, well, I'm going to live stream. They start to live stream and they wonder, why am I not getting anybody? Now, I'm not going to offer you tips on how to get a huge fan base. I'm just going to offer you tips to keep people interested and really kind of connect with the people that you are talking to. Now, there's two different things I want to distribute right now, is that YouTube and Twitch live streaming are on completely different levels. So if you're wondering how to do YouTube, I'll have a section for that, and I'll have Twitch, I'll have another section of that in the whole commentary. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what's the difference? Well, Twitch is a little bit more, it's focused around live streaming. So people, when they come to Twitch, they say, I'm here to watch live streams. I'm not here to watch videos. Whereas when they come to YouTube, obviously they're here to watch YouTube videos. However, because of the different sections of live streaming and videos on YouTube, it's given a lot of benefit to people who have decided to start live streaming on YouTube. So here are my quick tips, and I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible, but I really want to be informative. Is first off, quality. Video quality matters, but it can't be pixelated. People need to see what you're doing and make sure that it looks clean. If it's really laggy, it's jumpy, it's very pixelated, you're not going to have people stick around unless you're a very interesting person. And sometimes if you are an interesting person, you can get around that quality issue. So first thing is you just need to make sure you're at least in 360p quality, because if people can't see what you're doing, they're not going to stick around. Secondly, the blue box around your game, for example, if you're playing Minecraft, because I've seen numerous people do this. If there's a blue box around your screen, that's the first thing I do. Is I watch your live stream, and if I see that blue box, I click off immediately, because it doesn't show that you have, it's not really you don't have the know-how, it's just that you don't have the commitment to really make it look flashy and promising. So that's for, computer live streaming, but it can change for everybody, but still, that blue box or anything on the outside is just an immediate deterrent from somebody like me. So let's say you made that first quality standard, you got that meta. So the second thing is you need to be interesting. Now, if you're sitting there and nobody's watching you, yes, you can be quiet, you don't need to talk, you can really conserve your breath, It's really a smart tactic to say, okay, nobody's watching me right now, let's think about what I'm going to talk about when there are people, and then let's, kind of, work on that while we're waiting. Now, here's a big thing that people don't consider. One person watching you is one person watching you. Somebody is sitting there, dedicating their time and watching you. Now, you need to keep them interested in some way, shape, or form. Now, it doesn't matter if they're not talking in the comments or not. You should be communicating with that one person, because one person just think about it. After the video is done, somebody could come back to that live stream, assuming this is on YouTube still. Somebody can come back to that video and be like, okay, well, I can just listen to it, and if they're interesting me, I can still watch the entire live stream video after it's done. So, but if you're on Twitch, it's a little bit different. If it's on Twitch, you don't really need to do that as much. But you want to be talking, even if the person's not writing comments. You want to converse with them like they're right next to you and be like, yeah, so what's up, one viewer, I don't know your name, I'm sorry. That's one of the things I usually open up with, is I say, sorry, I don't know your name, and that right there, saying I don't know your name, makes that person think, oh, well, they want to get to know my name, fucking awesome, I'll write my name and be a little bit more personal with the person. And even if that's one person, 5 person, or 5 people, 10 people, 1,000 people, you should try to be like that. You should be like, I'm sorry I don't know your names, guys, but I'd love to try to get to know you, because, oh, you've been coming to my live stream for a long while, you've been interested in what I'm doing. It gets to know people. Thirdly, is you need to answer what people are asking you. Now, Twitch has a great chat bar, so answering people on the spot is way better. It's so much faster. YouTube, on the other hand, you really need to take a personal step and be like, okay, well, I'm Mr. Mia P. Burns. He wrote a comment saying, Baalin, why are you live streaming at really weird times? Well, let me talk about that real quick. And right there, that's where YouTube, more specifically, that keeps people that gives you more of a long speaking time to keep people interested in really listening to what you're talking about. For Twitch, people see the comments right on there, and you can just address it real quick. you see the comment, it's like, oh, why do you stream at weird times? Well, I'll tell you why I stream at weird times. It's just because when I'm on Twitch, I have blah blah time. You can talk with a person instantaneously on Twitch because the chat bar is much more adjusted. Another tip that I have is you need to listen to your audience. However, you don't have to do everything they tell you. For example, if somebody's like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty for fun, you're not going try hard, and they're like, hey, try to snipe for us. Do it. What's the harm in that? Unless you're some asshole or try hard trying to go like, oh, I need a good KD. I mean, what's the problem doing something like that? Or let's say you're playing Black Ops 2 and somebody's like, why don't you go to Modern Warfare 3? Well, why not? I mean, unless you don't have the game or you don't want to do it, there's no harm in doing that. So that's listen to what the people are telling you, because sometimes it really does keep them interested or connected in what you're doing. My really last tip, because a lot of people come to the live streaming thing and they don't know what they're doing, is have a friend with you. If you're conversing with a friend, you are instantly much more entertaining, because I can sit here right now and talk. If I were, for example, live streaming, I could be like, yeah, what's going on, guys? And I'm basically spending the time waiting to converse with somebody else. So I've literally had live streams where I've had 15 people watching and nobody's writing anything, nobody's asking questions, nobody's doing anything. So I sit there and go, yeah, playing Minecraft, click, 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 click. Yeah. But if you have a friend with you, it's immediately more fun, because you can talk with them and be like, yo, man, we got to go over the hill and shoot these guys, or we're going to claim Bay. I'm sorry about that. We're gonna go claim B. We're gonna do like these crazy things. It's instantly more conversing, and it keeps people interested. But having a friend will really ultimately benefit you infinitely. Or if you don't have any friends with you, then talk to somebody at the live stream and say like, hey, here's my Skype information. Come on down. Well, you can talk with me. You can play the same game. And right there, those are my best tips to keep people interested and really kind of grow off of a small fan base. I'm not going to tell you how to get a lot of people, a lot of followers or subscribers. I'm going to tell you the best tips I can offer that really gives you that, I guess you can say, perfectionist angle about live streaming. Because when you go to twitch.tv and you see KYR Speedy, who else, freaking, I can't remember his name, Curious Gamers, Randy Savage, or Towley if you know him, or Ninja MLG. They sit there and they talk and they play the game, they talk about the game, they talk to the people, they get a little more personal, they answer questions, they go to their Twitter, Facebook, they get all over the place. But if you take the steps that I just offered you, it really does keep people interested, and it makes things infinitely amounts more fun and more interesting, and people will stay on your video. So those are my best tips, guys. I really do encourage you to try everything, and if you want to really know the difference between YouTube and Twitch live streaming, write a comment below, and maybe I'll do a follow-up commentary to give you best tips for each site. But that's just my general tips, guys, and I hope you enjoy.